let's talk about what Howie Roseman builds and supplements, and you having a front row seat there to see all of it. What does he do that is clearly superior to most in the NFL, Mike?
If we had a longer forum, we could talk a little bit about Howie and when Chip Kelly was there and Howie was effectively demoted.
Right.
And Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, who's a very free-thinking owner in the NFL, he and Howie got together and said, if you don't have the final say this year, Chip does, let's figure out a way to help you get better. And Howie went to Europe and met with some of the soccer GMs. He met with NBA and baseball guys and basically was supported by his owner to go out and say, let's help you understand every facet of being a general manager, because someday you're going to have to come back here and take control. And that happened quickly. That's the backdrop to him coming back. And I think when he came back with full decision-making powers after that, he was decisive. He understood his philosophy and what the philosophy in the building was going to be. They've been consistent. He's one of the best negotiators for trades I've ever been around. But even more importantly than that, he sees the big picture. He understands the salary cap infrastructure because he came out of that environment. And in my mind, they have the best roster in the NFL. Again, I thought they had the best roster 2 years ago when they lost in the Super Bowl. Okay, so he continually drafts well. They trade well. They sign free agents well. I mean, I think the three MVPs for the Eagles this year are Saquon Barkley, Vic Fangio, and Howie Roseman.
You're not too far off from a lot of from nailing that one for sure, Mike. I mean, if not nailing it directly on the head. And the Saquon Barkley acquisition, obviously you can come at it from many different ways personally yourself, from an evaluator's point of view, from a general manager, having had that experience yourself. Joe Shane is getting beat up, man. There's no two ways about it in New York. And it just seems to get worse with each Barkley stunning performance. What is your opinion of what the Giants did and how the Eagles have clearly become better for it, and what you think the fair evaluation of that is, Mike?
I think Joe's a really smart guy, and I think you have to have a plan, and he stuck to his plan. And I think, unfortunately for Joe and the Giants, their plan took place on HBO in front of a lot of people. And my perspective, Rich, if I'm being point blank honest, is you don't let your best football player on your team walk out the door with no compensation. And flat out at the running back position, and we all talked about how devalued the running back position was. That might change after what he did and what Derrick Henry did and what Josh Jacobs did and what Joe Mixon did, and that might change. But the way I looked at Barkley was, to make him happy, all you had to do was pay him $12 million, which is effectively the price of some backup quarterbacks in the NFL. And for that $12 million, what did you get? Did you get a guard and a tight end and a linebacker? What, you didn't really get anything that's going to change where your football team's going. And not only is he the best player at his position in the prime of his career, he's also a special individual, and he's a great leader. And I think he helped change the Philadelphia Eagles locker room from a little bit of a selfish locker room at the end of last year to a team first attitude. That guy's changed things. And I don't think you let those guys walk out of your building, especially for no compensation.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.